Now, Washington cornerback Josh Norman, he's told Bleacher Report that he expects some heated battles with the NFC East wide receivers, especially Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Dez Bryant and New York Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. He said he had some interesting quotes that I just want to read to you guys. If you haven't read the story, go read it. It gets you pumped up for football. It definitely does. Even though it's a lot of drama, we wanted to see the action. This backs up a lot of things. So he said that they're playing against each other could result in, quote, a lot of fines and maybe some suspensions. He said, quote, "Trust me when I tell you, it's going to be bad blood this year. You think the NFC East didn't like each other before? This year right here, there's going to be a lot of fines and maybe some suspensions," end quote. Now, Norman goes on to say probably my favorite quote was this, quote, "I'm going to be honest with you. This blank is going to get real ugly. Because I do have safety, DJ Swearinger, who he's talking about, that don't give up blank, and I definitely don't. And I know they don't have that many people on offense who do on their side," end quote. This is going to be a whole lot of fun watching these matchups. Now, Norman went on to say that both Bryant and Beckham act tough, but really aren't. And Norman said that if a cornerback is physical with Odell Beckham, it's easy to take him out of his game. And he went on to show not only what he did against him, which, I don't know, the game in New York, that was kind of Odell won that. But other games, pretty even matchup. But he also talked about how Xavier Rhodes of the Minnesota Vikings cornerback, very physical DB, how he played against Odell and really got into his head and basically shut him out throughout the game. Now, against Dez Bryant, this is one of the more, we always talk about Norman versus Beckham because, all the fights and all the Twitter beef and Twitter fingers and all that other good stuff. But we never really talk about Josh Norman versus Dez Bryant. Now, last season, he completely shut out Dez Bryant. In the Week 2 meeting, Dez Bryant had 2 targets, 0 catches. In the Week 12 meeting, he had 5 targets, 3 catches, and 32 yards against Norman. Now, he had other catches and other yards on other DBs, but against Norman, 3 catches on 5 targets for only 32 yards. Both games, 0 touchdowns. And they've met 3 times, and that was the other time was in Carolina. He also shut him out there. That's, of course, when Tony Romo got hurt famously once again, and he shut him out there as well. 0 touchdowns. I don't have the stats, but it wasn't a whole lot. So Norman has really backed up his game against these NFC East wide receivers. But to say this, and it's very early. We don't even have preseason until late August, but it's just interesting why he decided, because he did say that the beef was kind of maybe not over, but it was, kind of laid to rest. What we do on the field is what we do, and how it goes and how it goes. Now this seems like, all right, now he's drawing back for really no reason. Odell never made any comment towards or even some small little hit at Josh Norman. Neither did Dez Bryant. And so for this to come out of nowhere is just adding fuel to a small fire that it looks like is going to ignite big time when these guys play each other. So let me know in the comment section, who do you think will win these matchups next season? Is it Norman versus the world, or is he just talking a little too much and just needs to prepare in the off season?